Okay, we're back on the Morning Brew. Hey, it's Thursday, everybody. It's not the weekend yet, but it's in sight. And I'm Larry Aarons with Amber Hendren. And with us today is Tim Nisly. Tim is the curator and organizer and general all-around guy for TEDx Albuquerque. And Tim, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey,
You too.
Tim.
I appreciate it.
And you tell me that you get called Ted about once a week.
I get called Ted about once a week. That's okay. I always wear T-shirts that say Ted, and that's totally understandable. But I'm not Ted.
You're Tim.
I'm Tim.
But you have a lot to do with TED.
We love TED. TED is Technology Entertainment Design. And it's all about really great ideas in New Mexico.
Yeah, so TED's not a person. It's
Not so much a person.
It's an acronym.
It's kind of a movement.
Yeah.
A movement.
All right, so for those who may have heard about it or kind of casually heard about TED, what is TED and how did it start?
So TED started back in California in like the 80s when they tried to put together the world's most impressive dinner party. So they really pulled kind of people from all over the world to come together and they gave them 18 minutes or less to talk. And it turns out that when you take someone who's been thinking about an idea for a couple decades and they compress that down to a short talk, that's a very compelling thing.
Yes.
So the conference took off. In 2009, they let local organizers like myself start working on it, and we built TEDxABQ from there.
So you went from 209 to 46.
2000, actually, in 2013, and this year, yeah, we'll have about 4,600 attendees in about 12 different events this year.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
tremendous.
It's been a great thing, and it's all volunteer driven. They're all put together by about 120 people who just believe in great ideas and believe that New Mexico has some things that the world needs to talk about.
Actually, Tim has a real job.
I do. Yes.
Not that TED isn't a real job, but you do it for passion and from your heart. Tim is Chief Executive Officer for the Rio Grande Community Development Corporation, which is a 501c3, and you work on fostering businesses out of.
Yeah, actually, we
South
build. It's actually a really great dovetail with TEDxABQ because TEDxABQ is all about ideas. The Rio Grande Community Development Corporation is about helping people take ideas and turn them into reality, whether it's businesses or nonprofits. So we build nonprofits and we build businesses in the South Valley.
So Tim, can you give us an example of a success story that you've had here in Albuquerque?
Oh, you've got a lot of places to eat here because we have one of the nation's largest business incubators in the South Valley, kitchen incubators.
Right.
So if you go to Boca Diaz in the North Valley, if you eat with Blue Plate Special, one of the largest catering companies in the state, if you eat at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, La Fonda de la Bosque, those are all our companies.
No kidding.
So we have a lot of, and if you go to the farmers markets, you'll see about probably 6 to 8 of our companies there every Saturday, every Sunday at the rail yards, every Saturday downtown.
Huh.
Some great folks down there, yeah.
Wonderful.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, so TED this year is going to be September 6th. Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at Pope Joy Hall. Tickets are going on sale at midnight, and
Tonight.
we have sold out all of our events, however many we've had, 17 now in a row. So we expect tickets to sell out in the first day or two. So pick them up quickly because
Right.
I always get the calls from people who are trying to call TED to get a ticket. But it's me.
And you
I
don't want
have
us to
extra
be the
tickets.
ones. Hey, that's Amber.
You've sold them.
We have sold all the tickets, so yeah.
Yeah, so they go on sale tonight
Don't
at
wait.
midnight.
It's an important thing.
Highlights of this year's event, can you give anything away?
Well, we're going to be releasing speakers starting today. Actually, we're releasing our first few speakers. But I can tell you, we've got some remarkable people. We've got 2 speakers that are talking about breakthroughs in solar technology. One's a world-renowned scientist out of Sandia. The other's a sophomore in college. And both are doing things that are really globally changing the way the world sees solar. Very powerful, very compelling. We have some folks here locally that are changing the way we think about biking and biking in business in particular. We've got a very diverse and interesting lineup. We've got a molecular biologist who's really changing the world, thinks about the nature versus nurture argument from a scientific perspective. It's a compelling lineup. Just believe me, there's something there for everybody.
There will be a takeaway.
There will be a takeaway. There will be lots of takeaways. We have artists, we have doctors, we just have a range of folks. People that are doing things right here in New Mexico that are changing the world, the way the world works.
Now, the big other takeaway that you get out of this event, and we've talked about it before with you, is the networking that goes on inside the event itself, because you're there with a whole bunch of like-minded people
Absolutely.
who are looking for the same thing you're looking for: enlightenment, knowledge,
Absolutely.
inspiration, and you can meet some amazing folks there.
It's a very compelling thing when you get 2,000 people that self-select to go to a conference like this because they believe that ideas are worth sharing. and they believe in giving away ideas. So you just cannot have a boring conversation at a TEDx conference. It's really nice. You come, it's the day on September 6th will be coffee in the morning. Show starts at 10 o'clock, free lunch. Show ends around 4:30. There's a free after party with 600 people where you hang out, you talk, you get to meet all the speakers. Just a day that every year I get stories about how that day, the conversations from that day, the speakers have significantly affected the way people see the world. It's an investment. It's like a spa day for your brain, and it's a good one.
And you go home just reeling with ideas and with enthusiasm about your future.
Yes.
I'm sure of that. I get that feeling when I watch the clips online, the TED clips online, and then we do run some TED material here on UABQ. And it's always, once you start watching, it's hard to turn away.
They're on Netflix now, too. So if you need another way to get addicted to TED, check out Netflix. It's worthwhile. Absolutely.
So if somebody's just sampling TED for the first time, and like you said, this is a national, worldwide movement, you can really listen to some remarkable people. Who would you suggest people go and hear a TED Talk from? Who would you say?
Well, we have some remarkable talks locally you can see at TEDxABQ.com. But some of my favorites, the one that got me in was a talk on happiness and how humans, we're really resilient, and no matter how bad things get in our lives, we always recover, and there's always something to look forward to. And so that talk, I watched a talk in 2006, and it was a tough time for me and my family at that point. And to this day, that talk affects how I see the world.
No kidding.
Yeah, so when
very
something
profound.
hits me in the face, I take a deep breath and I realize, you know what, we're going to get over it. It's okay. And it was a compelling 18 minutes, and that's what got me in TED in the first place.
Nice.
Stacy Sacco, who's a dear friend of ours, he has a really cool TED Talk I saw online, and it's all about living in the moment and really feeling blessed for every moment and just living it and acknowledging that it is a gift. And these guys, it's like you've known them your whole life.
Yeah,
You see them,
yeah.
but it stays with you.
Nice.
It's positive.
Stacy's a great example. Stacy took about 3 months to prepare that 6-minute talk, and it's remarkable what you can do when you spend that much time thinking about one of the most important lessons of your life and how to convey that lesson out to the world. It's a very compelling thing.
All right, so tickets go on sale midnight tonight.
Midnight
You can
tonight.
get them online.
Yes.
You should move quickly.
Get them quickly. It's a great way to meet some of New Mexico's most interesting people, all in one day. It's a long day. It's a valuable day, and they will sell out quickly. So please do get them quickly.
How much are they?
$65 for general admission.
Are you
Oh, and
kidding?
we have,
You're giving it away.
We've really tried to keep the price
Right.
affordable on that one, and every year I take a little bit of flack for keeping the price so low, but we want to make sure everyone can attend. We actually have student tickets available this year too, so if you're a UNM student or UNM employee, you can pick up a ticket for $25 at the box office. So we want to make sure there's a lot of young people there too.
Yeah. You're not afraid of young innovators.
We
at TED, that's for
enjoy
sure.
people that push the envelope, let's just say that.
We need them. We need them here in this world of ours.
We do. We actually have a TEDx youth event coming up in November that we're really excited about as well. So we're going to be featuring specifically youth speakers and young speakers.
This thing can take on so many different forms. Where do you see the TED movement going? Where do you see it 5 years from now?
You know, TED at its heart is about creating a culture of entrepreneurship. It's about creating a culture where people see their friends and neighbors. They see their people just like them doing really remarkable things in New Mexico, and so they become more likely to step out and try something themselves. So that is our heart. So we want to change New Mexico. We want to create a culture in New Mexico where more people step out, whether they own businesses and they start businesses, whether they want to start a social profit or nonprofit organization, or whether they have a government job or they work at Sandia or at UNMH or in a big bureaucracy, but they want to try something entrepreneurial and just change the way things are done. If we're going to save New Mexico for our kids, for our grandkids, if we're going to make this a place where we can have good jobs, that's what we need to do. And that's what TEDxABQ is ultimately about.
Awesome. Wow, Amber.
I love it.
I'm all revved up. This is amazing. All right, so get your tickets tonight. It will sell out, no doubt about it. Pope Joy Hall, September 6th, and it's TEDxABQ. Everything's online too, right?
TEDxABQ.com or Facebook, TEDxABQ.
Awesome. Hey, Tim, good to see you.
Larry, thanks
Have
for
a
having me.
productive, wonderful, inspiring day, will you?
I will, you
I
too.
think he will.
I think he will. He
I
does
think
it every day.
does.
He gets out of bed.
He's got
and
that
does it.
figured out.
All right. Hey, the Morning Brew rolls on. We hope to keep inspiring. More to come next on the show. Stay with us.